Do you guys want to just like film us like silent for 20 minutes where we don't answer any of your questions?
You didn't say we actually started.
Ethan writes all the good riffs.
That's true.
Jim is the rock. I'm the nag. That's the band.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's it. Interview over.
Yeah. That's all I need to know.
You're gonna get into the writing process?
Yeah.
You can, yeah.
It's pretty fascinating, actually. This last time around,
so?
yes.
We'll be the judge of that.
I have hundreds of photo booth videos documenting this album from its infancy, and about 1/3 of the total ideas generated ended up on No Hell, and the other 2/3 were just abandoned.
Some of them whole songs.
Yep. It sounds cliche and stupid, but of just entertaining ourselves, playing whatever just catches our ear. You know, we mentioned it in the press releases, but it was like rock and roll. We definitely want to be more rock and roll. And so a lot of the times what I did was I left my iMac in our practice space at the house we were living at. Ethan and I lived there. Jim was just around a lot. And I would come home and there'd be like 4 new videos that Ethan recorded, and I would be able to judge what he wrote without him over my shoulder, and then like alter it. And that's where No Hell came from. That's where the song No Hell, it was originally just a straight 4, but I just like fucked around with it a whole lot. Mm-hmm. And we did as a whole band also.
Yeah. And we would just like you said, just pick up something that entertained us for whatever reason and then start playing on it as a full band and then say, that's not quite good enough. Mm-hmm. Like, what can we do to make that just slightly different?
We stopped bringing whole songs to the table years ago because too many times I would write like 4 or 5 minute compositions and bring it to the group, and it would just fall flat. I would try to teach them, and I almost quit this band probably 1,000 times over the years. Like, well, what do you guys want to do? And I think that's what we stopped doing, that of bringing whole compositions, but instead just feel it as a band, as each other, and always the result is things that we would never write on our own. Ethan writes a lot of the guitar parts. He wrote majority of the guitar parts on No Hell, and I just altered them to be better.
True.
And
I mean, that what happened with 1963 was I think you were writing more technical stuff, and I was telling you to dumb it down.
Yeah.
And this time I was writing rocky sort of mathy sort of stuff, but you were making it more technical where it needed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that ended up being a pretty good fit. Well, I grew up playing guitar. I played guitar since I was like 13. But I always like really wanted to play drums, but I never had a drum set. Yeah. So then like once I had the opportunity to start playing drums, I was like really thankful to have like the foundation of knowing how to play guitar and like what I wanted to hear coming from the drums and guitar both. There are a lot of arguments over stuff. Well, not a lot of arguments, but like
It gets heated.
Yeah, a handful. And I don't even think like the stuff that we really fought about too much ended up making it on the album, because I think that for the most part we were trying to like force something that wasn't that good to begin with, and then the lyrics were all kind of like a hodgepodge. Like, you had a lot of ideas. Well, we had sort of like a big concept in mind that we sort of abandoned, but there are like vestiges of it that remain.
Yep.
And you wrote, I think the lyrics were like, what, 50-50, maybe less, maybe more 75, 60-40, you, me.
Yeah. Preface here, everything I know about writing poetry or writing my feelings, I learned from Ethan, and
That's not true.
it's mostly true,
Okay.
honestly.
All right, so I'll take credit for all of the lyrics then.
Yeah.
Temples they turn to paper skin. There's hope outside these dead lights. There's hope beyond these things.
So you guys are obviously the Lars and James. And Jim is Jim the Cliff Burton or the Jason Newsted?
In that he will ultimately die a tragic death. Yes, he is the Cliff Burton.
Does he get in the way that does he get to do whatever he wants, or does he have to do what you guys tell him to do? Or actually, Jim, you should probably answer this. You're making these guys look too good.
It's like I write all the bass stuff for each song, and this record I didn't really come up with my own bass lines, but we still worked on songs as far as guitar parts go, and then that kind of helped me figure out other things that I could do to add to the songs and kind of expand my own sound as a bass player, and really utilizing my full range of my 6 strings.
Lastly, we've been playing in this band for 8 years,
Almost 9.
almost 9.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I always just wanted to just be in a like almost instant success, like hardcore mathcore band. And when like early frustrations, it's like, oh, these guys don't want to play like hyper technical compositions. Like I'm not into that anymore. But over time, it's become so much less about playing in a band, but rather just this weird ongoing relationship we have with each other, and that it's extremely fulfilling outside of work life, and that it just so happens to be based around like weird heavy music. Like I much prefer this reality in which it's a secret creative life. My family doesn't get it, that's great, wonderful. And once I learned to like occupy that space, I became so much more fulfilled by what we were creating, what we're performing, and like what we're presenting to lots of people.
I think you can definitely, like, thinking back to a lot of those earlier performances when I think all four of us had a different idea of what the band was supposed to be, and it wasn't that. Yeah. Then as we got more comfortable, and especially when it pared down to just the three of us and just started writing for ourselves and only to impress one another,
it
became a lot more fun, and more fun for people to watch us, I think.
Yeah.